Well, just making sure that we had the spirit of the character that Hasselhoff created was really good at what he did, but he also took his job very serious, and that's very important. There was also humor and heart, obviously, in the TV show. So I wanted to make sure that we had that element in the Mitch Buchannon that I was playing. And also I felt like we had a few secret weapons going for us with this movie. We had a very diverse cast, which plays very well to today's audience. This is very important. It's critical, right? When you make a movie, I think when you have a big cast like this, to make sure that they're diverse and they represent the world. The other secret weapon we had was rated R platform. That was a big secret weapon that we could really go in hard with the rated R jokes and just go for it. Because when you're not handcuffed, you make a movie like this, and I made it, for example, with Central Intelligence. We were PG-13. There's things you just can't say, even though you want to say. Rated R, there is nothing that you can't think of that you could. Now, whether it makes a movie or not, you never know. But anyway, I loved having that platform. So that's a great question. So there's two parts of that. The A part to that is, I think, is settling in and everyone agreeing on the tone of the movie. And the tone of the movie is, those guys are my buddies, but we weren't making chips, right? We're not that tone. We're gonna be this tone, where we're more serious, where we're gonna be able to call ourselves the Avengers of the Beach, which is really fucking dysfunctional. That's a problem, but we're still very good at what we do. So I think finding that tone, then once you find the tone, the B-side to finding the tone is finding the right actors. And we really searched up and down to find the right actors for these roles. And from Kelly to Ilfenesh to Alexandra to Zac Efron, right opposite me, we had a secret weapon, I think, in Priyanka Chopra, right? She was just coming over from India. This was about 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. Just got Quantico. She has amazing ambition. So who she is in Baywatch is who she is in real life, minus the evilness. But she's an ambitious woman. She's incredibly smart. She's very sultry. She's very sexy. She's very self-aware. So I think we really lucked out. No, I was really aware of that, though, because we shot exterior and we're on these beaches and we have, of course, hundreds and hundreds of extras. But you have thousands of people who are watching, by the way, that you never see them in the movie, but they're obviously watching, they're lining up the streets, and you're all day long, paparazzi everywhere. You're sucking everything in. It's exhausting. And you're trying to walk cool, because and everyone's in bathing suits. It's a whole other level of stressful shit. Especially the girls, by the way. So anyway, you become self-aware of your walk when you're on the beach and what you're showing, and especially when you start running, what's bouncing, what's jiggling. It's a big pain in the ass. I think because they love the TV show, right? And so they love the TV show. I think it's so funny because I was a fan of the TV show. I really loved it and appreciated it so much more years later. When you think, oh man, that show was the best. But for me, when you're in it and the show's on every week, I remember I wasn't saying, that show's the best. It was like that show and then another show I loved and 21 Jump Street I loved. And they had all these shows. But years later, it's the kind of show that when you take the premise of Baywatch, the beauty of it from the 80s, it still plays today. Even if we weren't making a movie, the premise of the lifeguard community saving lives and kicking ass and being sexy because they're on the beach, that happens in beaches all across the world. So I think that's why.